Hello everyone and welcome in to today's live stream. My name is Melody Unique, but I also go by Mystique Awakening here on the internet. I am an energy healer and spiritual mentor, and in today's live stream we are doing some Reiki collectively just to help you relax for the weekend, to embrace your blessings, to get into the receiving mode. And then in a little bit here, we're going to get into some personal Reiki healing sessions. So for any of you who have concerns in health, wealth, or relationships, or you're looking to manifest a certain level of success in those areas, let me know what that is by using the link in my bio. Click TikTok Live Healing Sessions, and we will get to your healing. Alright, so I have some comments in the chat already that I want to go ahead and just address first. So I do have a YouTube for whoever was like, when you said that you were going to go and have a YouTube at 1 million and now you're at 1.4 million. So if you don't already know, I think your name is Achi or Ashi. I don't know how to pronounce it. I do have a YouTube. I've had a YouTube for a little over 2 years now. So if you're not already subscribing to me over there, definitely subscribe to me over there. And then More in Light, hello. You have plenty to say for me today, so let's go ahead and address it. Let me go ahead and go to the first one. So, had a live session a few days ago. It was great. Wasn't expecting the copy paste email that you sent afterwards where you said you tapped into my energy. And since I still need more work to do, it would be more honest to send an email and list all your services without the copy and paste part. It's such a pity because I feel like you don't need to send this type of automatic email. Okay, let's go ahead and address all of that. I'm happy that you had a really good time during your session. Know that anytime I'm doing a session over a live stream, it's just a mini session. So I'm only tapping into a few of your energy centers, but typically I sense a little bit more. And honestly, when it comes to any sort of healing session you have, even if you think about massage therapy, even if you think about getting a facial, even if you think about physical therapy, it takes more than one session and definitely more than just a mini session. So there was no dishonesty in any emails that I sent to you. I sent to you a personal email after your session, and that was just me typing it away like person to person. Every email that I sent, it's not AI, it's not ChatGPT or whatever. It really is me speaking to you. And so the automation that I sent goes to everyone that gets a personal Reiki healing session with me, especially if they did not do something to let me know that they want to work with me, or that you want to work with me but you just kind of forgot and the previous message got sent to your inbox and maybe you didn't see it. That's a reminder message to let you know that I have recommendations for you in that personal email that I sent previously. And yeah, so if you have issues with the copy and paste automation, this is my business. This is what I do. This is how I have my email list set up. I'd be happy to unsubscribe you from them if you're not looking to actively heal consistently in a way to get you to what your goals are. Because with any sort of healing modality, it's not just a one-size-all like pill that fits for everyone for every single thing that you have. And it's like, okay, I had one Reiki session, now my whole entire life is perfect. It's an accumulative service, and so you have to usually go through some sort of consistent practice with Reiki until you get to your desires. And once you get to your desires and once they're met, it's then a process of you just maintaining that. And that goes with any sort of system, not just Reiki, not just my services. But again, if for any reason the automation has offended you, I have no problem taking you away from that subscription email list. Did I change my name to Melody? Melody is my name, and so Mystique Awakening is my little Reiki healer name that I've given myself throughout the years, and primarily on all my socials it was just Mystique Awakening, but I decided to infuse my name more into my socials so that you guys can feel a little bit more closer to me and that there's an actual person behind this screen who's doing all of this healing for you, not just some sort of brand name. I miss you, Reiki, before, where you wear your rings and jewelries, but I still love with or without. Yes, I'm taking a little bit of a break from all of my jewelry. I'm getting some new ones into my collection, and so I want to see which ones work, which ones don't work. And I know that there's a mixture of you guys who like it when I have my rings, who don't like it when I have my rings. So I want to be able to make sure that I am like doing everything that I can to appease as many of you. I know that some of you also don't even like my nails, and so you rather me have natural nails. And so there are a couple streaming sessions or videos that I have without the long nails. So it's really just, I feel like doing whatever I feel like doing. And yeah, it kind of appeases to everybody. I personally like the rings too, but sometimes I like to just have my hands be kind of clean and bare. So I'm glad that you like it with or without though. Where is my necklace from? So we make my jewelry, me and my mom make all of our jewelry. So all the bracelets that you usually see me wear and any necklaces that I have are gonna be from me and my mom's Etsy shop, and it's called Earth Magic Jewels. It's all crystal and Reiki infused jewelry. And so every single piece that you get from us is gonna have a little bit of healing energy in it. Hi Melody, appreciate your mini Reiki session the other day. Yes, Emma, hey, you're here again. Love to see you here. Glad that you are continuing your healing journey by tapping into these live streams, having some time for you to find some peace, relaxation, some harmony, some bliss. Tarot and ferrets. Anytime I do Reiki, it takes time, but I see results. Yes, exactly. And for anyone asking for my YouTube, it's literally just Mystique Awakening. That's the name. I think it should be on there, Mystique Awakening. And know too that I also have a Reiki membership. So if you go to the link in my bio, it says Inner Harmony, and then you can have exclusive videos that I don't even post on YouTube on there as well. I'm going to be posting very soon tarot and oracle card readings on that site as well, for those of you who want some more clarity and focus for your future. Yes, Earth Magic Jewels on Etsy. Thank you, Clarissa. Do you find that tarot and Reiki can go hand in hand? I actually personally always infuse every video that I make with Reiki, and so especially I do have some tarot and oracle videos that are on YouTube from a couple years ago, so they are a little bit older, but they are timeless. So even if they have come out a few years ago, they're still able to be used even for today or in the future. But I infuse all of my videos with Reiki so that no matter what kind of content you're getting from me, you have a little bit of healing energy in there as well for you. So I do find that at least having a little bit of Reiki during a tarot session can be relaxing, because sometimes getting tarot and oracle readings can be nerve-wracking depending on what kind of topic you have or the question that you ask. And so to make sure that everyone's feeling cool, calm, and collected during my readings, it's really nice to have a little bit of Reiki infused in there. Do I teach Reiki? Yes. If you would like to sign up for my Reiki training course, I do Reiki training 1 and 2, as well as Reiki master training. You can DM me for the details on that. For any makeup questions, go ahead and DM me. I like to keep my live stream topics about healing. We have a lot of chatty Cathy's today in the chat. Okay, I'm down for it. I might take off this little poncho though, because it keeps falling off me. Can you briefly tell us about what Reiki is? I love watching it. Reiki is a Japanese relaxation technique that helps you to heal. So the more that your body is relaxed, the natural and organic process of it healing itself can happen. This is Native American flute music, and I'm currently on Spotify, so there's many different playlists for this kind of music. The healing today is just to get you into a state of relaxation, to welcome in some blessings, get into the receiving mode, having a fun weekend if it's the weekend for you. I know that this is going to be on a replay, so if someone's watching this in the future and it's not a weekend, well, I guess still, your weekend ahead is going to be nice and full of blessings for you. Discovered negative plucking from you, and a lot of ASMR artists are doing it now. I actually got it from the ASMR community. However, not everyone in the ASMR community is attuned to Reiki, so just be very cautious about who you're actually getting healing energy from, and if it is someone who is attuned and certified to some sort of healing modality, especially if they say that they are attuned to Reiki. It's good to know if they're actually legitimate, just because you don't want anyone messing with your energy and using their own, or God knows whatever their intention may be. But my thoughts on energy that could be harmful is that it needs to be cleansed. I mean, when you think about negativity, you think about ill will, jealousy, you think about evil eye, you think about people sending you intentions of harm or sickness, illness, things like that. And so it can be cleansed away through energy cleansing. And so that's why I created the Protect Your Energy video, which shows you exactly how to use the 5 elements to cleanse your energy, because the more that you're cleansing your energy, the more that your energetic field, which protects you on a spiritual level and an energetic level, gets stronger. And when you have a stronger energetic field, again, that sense of protection will keep the good things out and push the bad things away. There are many different certification programs, but mine is through the ICRT, which is the International Center for Reiki Training. And everyone who goes through me is going to have their certification through that organization as well. So many questions today. I honestly was not expecting this. I thought it was going to be a quieter live stream in the beginning, like the past few days. But I'm blessed. I'm here. Is the Reiki class under the monthly subscription in your bio? No, it is not. The Reiki class doesn't have a link in my bio or in my link tree right now. So if you were to just DM me, I can send you all of the information you need to know about that. All right, everyone, let's tap back in. Let's go ahead and have you. This is really annoying me. I'm gonna take it off. I can't keep waving my arms about and having it be like this, so I'll just have it right here by my waist. So go ahead and tap into your breath. Breathe in through your nose, deep down to the belly, and from the belly out through the mouth. Good. In through the nose, down to the belly, from the belly out through the mouth. Good. Let's do 3 more like this. Let's really get into the breath today. In through the nose, down to the belly, and from the belly out through the mouth. In through the nose. Down to the belly. And from the belly out through the mouth. In through the nose. Down to the belly. And out through the mouth. Let's do one more for good measure. In through the nose. Down to the belly. And out through the mouth. Beautiful, beautiful. If you are feeling this beautiful healing energy, let me know with an emoji what exactly you are feeling at this time. And I'm going to answer some questions and we're going to get into some personal readings because I already have some people in line. So we have some questions here. Do you do anything ASMR while doing Reiki? So I'm more so the visual ASMR. I'm not necessarily like the clickety clack. Sometimes you'll see me do something a little bit with my nails when I have my rings and jewelry that has its own ASMR, but I'm not doing it intentionally. But the ASMR that I do is visual because it goes along typically with the audio that I have. And so a lot of my rhythmic Reiki videos over on like my short TikTok page or whatever, like when I have my 60-second, 30-second videos, that is where it's more like onto the beat and then it provides an ASMR experience. And so I feel like visual ASMR gets slept on a lot because a lot of people think it's just auditory, and then so it's like, that's not ASMR. I'm like, yes it is. ASMR is a stimulus, and so you can have a visual stimulus as well. And so that's what I do. Do you think anyone can be a healer? Yes, everyone has the ability to heal themselves and to heal others, but it is very important that you're making sure that unless you are trained or attuned or have some sort of practice or process where someone's showing you, guiding you, or mentoring you, that you don't necessarily go all in and heal others right away, because there's so many things that go into healing other people. You can heal yourself just fine because it's your own healing energy and it's just your own body, but with other people it's very important that you're understanding so many different nuanced details and that you're protecting your energy and keeping them protected, because there are so many times where you can say, well, I have a healing ability, and then go heal someone else, and then you'll notice that you are actually absorbing their pain, and so they may feel better, but you're feeling worse, you're getting sick, you're getting drained, and it's just like every time you try to heal someone, it's negatively impacting you. That's not what we want. On the flip side, it could be the other way, where you feel so good healing someone else, and it's actually because you're transferring over your energy that's unwanted, that you need to release into them, and then they can come out feeling groggy, feeling like they have a headache, not feeling good. The same thing can also happen when it comes to different attunements or placements, unfortunately. So if there is a mentor who's trying to attune you to some sort of healing modality and they themselves are not in a state of being where they have a lot of positivity, or that they are going through their own healing journey, or they're not keeping their energy clear and they have a lot of stuff going on within them, it could also mess up the attunement process. And so that's why when I do my Reiki attunements, I remove myself from that process altogether, and I allow the Reiki energy itself to tap into you without me being in the middle. And that's how we just do it in the ICRT, which is the organization that I'm under, so that there is no interference between the Reiki energy getting to you and like kind of coming in between the mentor or the Reiki master first. And so that's why typically every single person, every student that I've had that's worked under me has really great results, and it's only ever a matter of them connecting more into that energy so that they can have more powerful healing potential. but I've definitely had to personally reattune other people who've gotten attuned to others because something just didn't sit right, something didn't feel right, or even maybe the energetics behind that relationship, like that professional relationship, kind of got soured, and so they felt the need that like they needed just to have another clearing. They needed another attunement, another placement. They needed to be reconnected to Reiki in a different way to kind of clear that energetic debris that was happening in between the two. I do not have another TikTok account, so if you see anyone else, they are spamming most likely, and so just report and block them. Okay, great. So I'm gonna go ahead. Hi, Crystal. Welcome into the show. Love your rhythmic Reiki videos. You guys are so chatty today. It's probably that Friday energy. Usually everyone's like quiet or like they'll say a couple things in the chat and everyone's like, hey, I have questions. I need them answered now. And I'm like, you know what? But I love them. I love to have Q&A ones, but some people are like, get to the Reiki and shut up. And I'm like, okay, I'll try. I'll do my best. Ooh, this is not charging. Whoa. Okay, give me 1 second, you guys. I'm going to tap into personal Reiki sessions now. So for anyone who is wanting to have a personal Reiki session with me to heal some sort of concern that they have in health, wealth, or relationships, or to enhance manifestations, because Reiki is really good for removing blockages and opening pathways to your manifestations, you can go and let me know what that area of concern is at the top of my page in the link of my bio. It says TikTok Live Healing, and then you'll get on my list. It's first come, first serve. I don't imagine that I'm going to be on this live stream today for a very long amount of time because I've been doing 2-hour live streams for the past week, and so I want to give myself some grace on this Friday. So if you're really looking to get in for a healing session today on the live stream, make sure that you're doing it ASAP so that we can make that happen for you. I have to charge this before this dies, so give me 1 second. And I have to move this. Oh, I removed this from the wrong thing. I was supposed to remove the other end. Okay, here we go. Okay, beautiful. We should be rocking and rolling now. Let's see who we have in line. Irene. Okay. So Irene, your area of concern right now is stress and anxiety. So let's go ahead and calm you down a little bit. I can imagine there's probably something going on in the lower 3 energy centers for you that is keeping you in a state of overwhelm, stress, and anxiety. Also keep in mind too, a suggestion that I'm probably going to give you at the end, but I'll just say it now, is learning how to decompress that pent-up stress and anxiety from all 4 of your energetic bodies is super, super important. So I'm talking about the physical body, emotional body, mental body, and spiritual body. We can harbor stress in every single one of these bodies, and those 4 bodies make up your energetic body as a whole. And so that's why if you get off of work after a long day and you're just feeling so completely like burnt out and overwhelmed, when you sit down, lay down on the couch and maybe binge TikTok or binge Netflix, you're like, okay, well, I'm relaxing, I'm decompressing, but then you go to sleep, you can't sleep, or you wake up the next day and even though you got a full 8 hours of sleep, you're still super like fatigued and tired and you just don't feel like you got that proper amount of rest. It's because you probably didn't decompress from your mental body, your emotional body, or connect in a spiritual way for you to be able to have access to those higher levels of consciousness to also make you see the bigger picture and to kind of relieve you from the daily pressures of day-to-day life. And so with that being said too, if you are someone who has a lot of stress and anxiety and all you want to do is just kind of lay down, I get it. It is a very low effort activity to kind of lay down, but know too that it's still not doing anything for your physical body in terms of releasing. You're just doing a low effort activity. So just off the bat, Irene, for you, those are kind of the tips that I want to say for you to keep in mind to help minimize this for you, because I don't want you to continue the cycle of being stressed and anxious and feeling like it's carrying over day to day. Sign up for personal. Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much, Marcy. How do we decompress? So I actually have a couple videos of this on my TikTok of how to decompress, but if you're looking for an actual solution that you can adhere to week by week, that's going to be the Beyond Balance program. My Beyond Balance program literally goes over the physical body 1 week, the second week is the emotional body, third week is the mental body, and the fourth week is the spiritual body. And I show you the rules to releasing for each of these bodies to really help you get into a state where you are setting the standard for your day for peace and relaxation, as well as setting up your nighttime routine for peace and relaxation, so you're not having a next day hangover, is what I like to call it, like an energy hangover where you're stressed one day and you're bringing it into the next. But let's go ahead and tap into Irene. Okay, so Irene, I'm gonna have you consent out loud in your head or even in the chat. Take a deep breath in for me and a deep breath out. So Irene, what I'm sensing for you is actually in the heart space, a lot of emotional overwhelm. So that's the one area of concern that I'm seeing for you in terms of energy centers. Also, I'm seeing like this dark kind of cast or mold, if you will, around your crown. And so if you're experiencing a lot of the anxiety in a mental way, where you're having the chronic worrying or the thoughts just keep spiraling and you don't really know what to do to minimize them, maybe you're having excess intrusive thoughts and those are starting to kind of get under your skin and annoy you. I can also tell that between the heart space and the crown being in a state of where they are right now, that you also may be projecting out into your future more of the stress and anxiety that you're not wanting. So it's very common for us to continue to manifest more of what we don't want by what we're spending our time, energy, and attention into. And so definitely keep that in mind, as well as those lower energy centers also are in a state where they are not quite in balance, where there's not enough energy flow going to all of them. So for this, what I will have you do is take your hands, rub them together, get them really warm, feel that friction, feel that heat, and blow into your hands 3 times. Place your left hand on your head, right hand on the heart space, and you'll stay here for just a few breaths until you feel like your arms get a little bit tired, and then they can kind of go down into your lap. But just allow yourself to infuse your own healing energy back into those areas as I go and do this healing for you. Keep breathing in deep, Irene, in through the nose, deep down into the belly, from the belly out through the mouth. Good, keep breathing. I'm going to go ahead and write some Reiki symbols for you on the crown and on the heart space to allow these areas to expand a little bit more. They're feeling rather blocked from overwhelm. down to facilitate a little bit more flow through the lower energy centers so that you can release and fully decompress with ease. We're just going to bring all of that energy down, down, down. Really focus in on the bottoms of your feet. Focus on releasing and all of that energy that is pent up within you, that stress and anxiety. Just release that through the bottoms of your feet at this time. This process works very well when you have skin to earth contact. So after the session, Irene, if you want to go out and do some grounding and have that same kind of intention, that same kind of visual energy, just pushing, pushing, pushing all that stress and anxiety down through the bottoms of your feet and into Mother Earth, that's going to benefit you a lot at this time. What I'm sensing is an underactive solar plexus, and this is one of the main issues I feel causing specifically the anxiety that you're feeling. And so I'm not sure if you have digestion issues. I'm not sure if you are someone who typically says that you have like a weak stomach. Maybe when you feel sick, the stomach is the place where you feel it the most. Or if someone is saying something to you that you disagree with, or there's some sort of argument, again, it's like you feel it in your stomach first. Just infusing some more fire energy into that area for you. Wherever your hands are right now, Irene, I want you to again rub your hands together, blow into them 3 times for me. Place them on your belly. And with every inhale, you're breathing in deep to the belly, and you're exhaling from the belly out through the mouth. Good. 2 more breaths just like that, and I'm going to go ahead and infuse another symbol here on the solar plexus. Good job, Irene. Beautiful. I'm just going to go ahead and smooth out your aura real quick, smooth out your energetic field. All right, Irene, so this healing will last within your system for the next 10 days or so, so make sure that you're drinking a lot of water, make sure that you're being kind to yourself and nourishing yourself with a lot of fruits and vegetables and foods that are live. Try to cut down the unprocessed foods for this time being so that you can maintain that healing energy for as long as possible. I will be sending you some more details in an email after the live stream so that we can continue our work together if you feel that you resonate with me as a healer, because especially if you don't have any sort of practices right now to cope with or manage the stress and anxiety, the last thing that I want to see is for us to do a beautiful healing and then afterwards you're going back to your normal lifestyle and then you're feeling all stressed and anxious all over again. I want this to be an experience for you where it is longer lasting and you get to see the results that you're looking for. And a lot of the time people who are coming to me with stress and anxiety, all they just want is some peace, some harmony, and some balance. So hopefully we can get you to that point. So thank you so much for allowing me to work on your energy today and trusting me with tapping in. I'm going to go ahead and close you out. Beautiful. Let's see. Reading some of these comments. Marcy's like, yay, got in on time. Beautiful. Oh, it's Saturday for some of you guys already. Okay, lots of comments. Let me read them. 1 second, guys. Do you also do Reiki in real life for people? Yes, I do, but primarily I keep it to my friends, family, and like other loved ones. I don't have a physical location at this time. I don't know if I want a physical location yet. I understand that, I feel like there's pros and cons to it. And I think that maybe ultimately one day in the future, sure, why not? But I do really like the process of kind of working from home and just being with everyone globally in like the space of the internet. I love that a lot. And so, again, I usually do the in person ones, but only for like friends and family. If you're pregnant, does the baby also feel the Reiki, even in a kind of a small way? Yes, and there's actually Reiki for just the womb as well, to make sure that that is a safe space for the baby and that everything is going well during the pregnancy. It can also really help you to alleviate any pregnancy symptoms that you're going through. And there's actually techniques that are in our Reiki training that go over doing healings for the womb and doing healings for those who are pregnant. I've personally done Reiki on people who are pregnant before, and it's typically a very relaxing experience for the mom and the baby. Good questions. Breathe in through the nose, everyone, and out through the mouth. Which chakra does anxiety come from? So primarily I would say the lower three energy centers. Usually, typically when I tap into people's energy, it's gonna be because of those lower three energy centers, because anxiety is a state of being that our body goes into when it feels unsafe and unprotected, and it's a very visceral physical feeling as well. So with that being said, the lower three energy centers are what connect you to the physical realm and the material plane. It's also what connects you to Mother Earth energy, and a lot of the times that you're having some sort of imbalance or some sort of blocked energy, overactive energy, underactive energy, it's due to a lack of connection to Mother Earth's energy. And so it's very important that we're using Mother Earth's medicine to heal those blockages. Reiki can definitely help facilitate that process, but there's nothing like actually getting it from the source and having that connection to Mother Earth. However, you can have anxiety be present in other areas as well. So we just did a healing for our Irene, and I was sensing that some of the anxieties were actually also either coming from or affecting the heart space and the crown too. And so when it affects the crown, then you can feel very anxious in terms of like the thoughts that you're having and having those cycles over and over and over again, repeated patterns of negativity, doubt, fear, worry, lack, and things like that. But again, ultimately, it's typically due to something going on in the lower three chakras. And typically, if the root center, root energy center is blocked or in a state where it's out of balance, then it directly impacts the crown as well. Everything impacts the other. Any lipstick or makeup questions can be asked through a DM, either here on TikTok or on Instagram, but I like to keep the topic of the live stream. I know so many people ask me about my lipstick. I get it. It's always three things too, so just know that. So always play by the rule of threes when you're working with makeup, you guys. I was a makeup artist for over 13 years, and so there's lots of things that I know about makeup. So if you're like, I need tips or I need help, just DM me. But I like to keep it separate from my lives. Are Reiki sessions typically a one-on-one experience, or can it be done in a group as well? I do both. And so obviously right now we're doing a group session. When I was going to Electric Forest, anyone have, oh my gosh, today is like a weird day. I swear, I don't know what the moon is doing or the planets are doing, but it's like causing me not to be able to talk, and it's like causing this comment section to be so crazy. That wasn't a crazy section, but I've had to block like so many people in this already because of the comments that I've been getting. But if any of you guys have heard of Electric Forest or been to Electric Forest, it is a 4 to 6 day music festival, depending on if you're getting early arrival or not. The past 2 years I've been doing early arrival, so it's been a 6 day music festival for me. But I actually hosted a workshop there that was all about grounding into the forest so that you have a stress-free and anxiety-free time before all of the festivities start. And so that was definitely a group healing session that I did, Reiki, and I also incorporated some Native American elements in there as well to help everyone just kind of get into the energy of the forest. And if they're ever feeling anxious or, you know, having some sort of panic attacks, or they want to protect themselves from absorbing so much energy, they're feeling overstimulated, they can do the same practices that we talked about in that workshop to kind of alleviate themselves from those symptoms during their actual time at the forest. Can energy healing help with physical problems? Yes, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. It is an incredible way to start Electric Forest, I'm not gonna lie. It really is. Because not that many people talk about it. And I remember my first time going to Electric Forest, I was like experiencing so much anxiety because there's just so many people. And I was experiencing it the first 2 days and then the third day, but got a little bit better. But what happens is that I go early arrival. So there's only, you know, there's a lot of people that still come for early arrival, but then there's like thousands of people who come in on Thursday. And so I was like, I need help. And I contacted my mentor and they're like, do this, that, and the other. And I'm like, okay. And so then in my second year when I was hosting a workshop, I was like, everyone needs to know this information. Like, because there's so many of us who are sensitive, and those music festivals are such a spiritual place as well. There's so many spiritual people at music festivals. And so it's important that they kind of have that information so that they didn't feel how I felt my first year. Beautiful. Okay, so we have someone else who signed up for personal reading. Let's go ahead and see. My brothers did your workshop at Electric Forest. I remember them telling me about it. Oh my God, that's so cool. I love that. Happy that they could join. Happy that they were there. Especially because it was early in the morning too. It was like 9 something in the morning. And for festival goers, it's like no one wants to wake up that early to go, but I'm glad that someone did. Okay, let me see who is next. Kim, were you just the person who was talking about pregnancy? Reiki for pregnancy? You're like, beep, 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 beep. You're like, let me get on here. Okay, so we have Kimberly. And you are wanting some Reiki for the womb and for fertility. So let's go ahead and make that happen for you. I'm going to have you consent out loud in your head or even in the chat. And then take a deep breath in for me, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to do some very, 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 very gentle Reiki healing for you. I'm just going to be beaming it to you this whole entire time. I don't want to do too much. I'm not doing any extractions for you. I'm just allowing the Reiki energy to be sent to you for you to receive it how you please. Reiki does have its own consciousness, so it knows exactly where it needs to go in order to keep you into a state of peace, harmony, balance, and relaxation. So we're just going to allow it to do that. Be mindful of the breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep up with the breath. Keep on breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. At this time, you can place your own hands on your belly, giving yourself a little bit of love, comfort, some warmth. Connecting with the energy within you. Keeping the energies of peace, harmony, and balance at the top of your mind. Kimberly, 3 more deep breaths in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Good. Beautiful. Smoothing out the aura. Kimberly, you are all set. Thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy. Hopefully you're feeling a lot more relaxed and rested. Know that this healing is going to last within your being for at least the next 10 days. So take care of yourself, drink a lot of water, eat some lively foods, cut away some unprocessed or heavily processed foods as much as you can within the next 10 days. And again, thank you so much for trusting me with your energy. I'm going to go ahead and close you out. You're very, very welcome. All right, let's see if we have any questions in the chat. I feel like the chat has kind of calmed down a little bit, so that's good. Let's see. I like to fall asleep to these lives and I wake up feeling so refreshed, like a whole new person. Some people like fall asleep during the live and then like wake up and they're like, oh, I fell asleep but I'm back. And I'm like, I love that. I like think that's so funny whenever I hear that. It's like, oh, I really just fell asleep, but like here I am again. I woke up. Here I am. Is it normal to feel whenever you pull the energy and like you physically feel it? Yes, that is definitely normal. That is just one of the effects that you get from the Reiki healing. For those of you who it's your first time here, I love to welcome in my first timer. So let me know, raise your hand in the comment section or in the chat and let me know if this is your first time here to one of my live streams or just Reiki in general. Is my confidence? Yes, so the second that you get a Reiki healing session from me, it's always going to last within your system from that day until about 10 days past that. So know that it's always still working within you. Obviously, when you're having it sent to you, like right here, right now, it's going to feel sometimes the most potent, but Reiki is very, very intelligent. It has its own consciousness. So with that being said, it only really penetrates at the moments that you are in the most relaxed state. So if for any reason you are not feeling it for like a couple days afterwards, like you may actually be feeling it like when you have a really good night's rest and then it's like coming to you where you wake up, you're like, oh, I'm feeling more awake than I have the past couple days, or you have these random bursts of laughter, random bursts of excitement, random bursts of intuition. That can happen as well, because it's like when you're least expecting it, your energy is more open to receiving. So if you're someone who has a very what's the word I'm looking for? If you're someone who's very like constricted all the time, if you're someone who's carrying on a lot of burnout, a lot of weight, a lot of baggage, sometimes it feels a little bit harder for the Reiki to penetrate through you. And that's why typically I'll go and clear out a whole bunch of the layers that are on top of you that are in the way of your electromagnetic field or your energy field. So if I sense that debris, I'll try to take away as much of that as possible so that when I'm actually beaming more Reiki into you, it can actually penetrate deeper. I've had sessions where someone has never gotten a healing before, never got a clearing before, and the first session they're like, I was relaxed. The second session after that, they were like, oh, I'm feeling a little something, I'm feeling like tingly. And the third session they're like, I'm buzzed, like I'm buzzing. And that's because, again, Reiki is an accumulative service and an cumulative healing modality. And so the more that you're having access to it, the more that you're going to sense the healing energy and the potency of it. Second time on the live, what's up? Hello. Nabila, if you want me to tap into your energy to see if it feels heavy, you can definitely go to the top of my page, click the link in my bio, and click TikTok live readings. I'm telling you guys, today is like a tongue-tying day, so we're gonna have to like deal with it together. You're gonna have to hear me, and I'm gonna have to just sit here and like suffer. But Nabila, if you want me to tap into your energy, it's first come, first serve through the top of my page, and you can let me know if you have any areas of concern. You're like, no, I feel it and see it. That is so funny. I love that. I'm glad that you still feel it. And don't get worried too that it's like, oh, okay, after 10 days it's like gonna go away. Maintain that beautiful healing energy. So this is actually something where I kind of go more into mindset when I'm talking with my clients. And so I'm always saying, like, you know, when you have those phases in life where it's like highs and lows and highs and lows and there's like no balance, typically what can happen is when we're feeling those lows, we get stuck in those lows because we think those moments are gonna last forever. And then when we get into the highs, we are like, oh my God, like it's gonna evaporate so quickly. Like I gotta hang on to it, you know, like I'm worried that when it's gonna leave, and then you're just causing more of that to happen, and you actually stay in the lows for longer and the highs for a much shorter period of time. So you have to remember, in the lows, things are always temporary, things are always changing, things are always shifting, and the moment that you start to kind of feel your energy increase and you start to feel a little bit happier, you're in the flow, things are, you know, coming to you because you're in the receiving mode, take that and hang on to it and hold on to that, because it's more important to hang on to those times where you're high flying if you're really trying to condition your way into embodying a different version of yourself and embodying a different way of being, especially because, again, when we're in those lower vibrational feelings or moments in life, we hang on to those because it's just something that can be like a knee-jerk response, like, oh, it's gonna happen forever, I'm feeling so bad, and misery loves company, let me go vent to all my friends and then make them feel bad or make them pity me. But when you're having those moments where you're like high flying, see how far you can take them, and that is what's gonna make the biggest difference for you. So take what I'm saying for mindset and energy and also use that for the healing sessions as well. So if you're getting a one-on-one healing session with me through here on the live stream, hang on to that beautiful healing energy, carry it with you, beyond the session, carry it with you beyond the next couple days, and see if you can carry it beyond the 10-day mark as well. Usually when someone's trying to be very consistent with me in their healing journey when it comes to just Reiki and Reiki alone, not one of my programs, I suggest getting a healing session every 2 weeks if the problem is like intense. And if it's not as intense, we can kind of switch that to like once a month or something like that. If it's incredibly intense, like you're going through a lot, I would say then like at that 10-day mark, probably we'll do like one every 10 days for maybe 2 months, maybe 3. It really depends on what your energy is like and what your goals are like as well. You're generally one of the strongest practitioners I've ever come across. Thank you. I appreciate that. I work a lot in the background to make sure that my energy is always at a state where it's cool, it's calm, collected. I live a very Reiki lifestyle, healing lifestyle. I watch what I eat as much as I can. I make sure that I have access to beautiful energies around me. I energy cleanse on the daily. That's something that I always tell you guys about because it really does make a big difference. I prioritize the circle that is around me in terms of people, and I have concrete boundaries. So I really have set up my lifestyle in a way that makes it that my abilities for you and my healing for you is strong. So I'm glad that you guys are able to feel that and receive the benefits from it. So some of you guys are feeling the Reiki hit different areas of your being. That's perfect. That means that that area was probably some sort of area of concern for you and needed your attention the most. So if you're feeling it in your shoulders, if you're feeling it in your abdomen, if you're feeling it in your heart space, those are the areas where the Reiki was being sent to because those are the areas that need it the most. Okay, sweet. So we have someone else who's on the list here for a personal healing session. Carly. One of my friends' names is Carly. Love that. Okay, so Carly, for you, area of concern is just health. So we'll go ahead and tap in, see what's going on with you, and give you some healing so that you can feel better. All right, Carly, I'm going to have you tap in by consenting out loud in your head or even in the chat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Carly, I'm not sure if you had undergone surgery within I'm really ballpark estimating here, but within the past 3 years, maybe 3 months, but I don't feel like it's that recent. I feel like maybe within the past 3 years, you've gone through some sort of surgery or some sort of medical procedure. And if you're carrying any worries about the after effects of that, or if you are kind of feeling triggered about something that was really physically ailing you within the past 3 years, we're going to go ahead and kind of clear that out. I'm not sure if something has re-triggered, resurfaced, you got a certain diagnosis. I'm not really sure, but I'm almost sensing a lot of medical stuff with you, or hospital visits, things like that. And so we're going to just clear away some of that energy so that you are kind of getting into a different frame of mind when it comes to that. If it's not yours, it could be someone else that's in your life, like someone that you may be worried about, like a parent or a friend, someone that you could be trying to send some positive energy into, but it's causing you some worry. I'm just sensing a lot of worry. So again, we'll kind of help calm that down. Something that I always say when it comes to mindset for worrying is that faith does not worry. You cannot hold the same energy of faith. If you are holding on to the energy of worry, worry will take that spot away from faith. And so if you have been trying to access higher levels of consciousness, if you've been trying to tap into your intuition, if you've been trying to pray, manifest, set a certain intention, or get some messages from your spiritual team, and it's just not been working for you, or it's not reliable, or you're having issues understanding and interpreting the messages, then definitely it's time to connect back to your heart space, ground your energy down, and allow that connection that you have to really flourish and to grow and to be more consistent with you communicating with your higher self specifically. I find that communicating with your higher self can be easier than communicating with other beings on your spiritual team, and that could really help you out here at this time. Almost around the throat space, I'm sensing like a block, or at least very like low energy. I'm even like, once I have the energy releases, I know that we're hitting something. I would definitely say energy cleansing for you, specifically around the throat. Getting into an egg cleanse can definitely benefit you at this time. Ooh, tap the screen with that one. Focus in on your breath here, in through the nose, deep down to the belly, and from the belly, out through the mouth. Yes, there is a lot of pent-up energy here, right in that throat space. I'm feeling it very, very heavily. There is so much stuff that is blocking that throat. So I'm going to go ahead and place some symbols right here on you, specifically for that throat area, to keep it clear, to keep it in a state of balance. have you take your hands, rub them together, blow into them 3 times. Place them on your neck just like this. We're going to do 1 big inhale and exhale, breathing into the throat space and out through the throat space, okay? So in and out. Good. All right, so for you, Carly, lots of throat space stuff. That was like the only thing I could really access today as like the biggest thing for you. And so what I have to say is getting into the habit of doing more energy cleansing, specifically around the throat space, like using some sort of smoke cleanse, allowing that to hit the throat space, very important. You can also use water, pray upon that water, create moon water during the full moon or new moon, and intend for it to heal you, and then drink that water, allowing it to kind of access your throat space. Obviously, when you're drinking it's going to be super easy. It's the first place that it touches. But with that being said, I can tell that although we have done this healing today and you're going to continue healing for the next 10 days, this could be a space where very easily it gets reintroduced with the same kind of energy to block it again. And so if you are in a state right now where you are really working on your personal development, your self-growth, you really want to be more consistent in your self-healing journey, the best program that I have available for you is Beyond Balance. And with that one, we do talk a lot about releasing these blockages that are inside of your energy centers. And I think that in order to keep this into a state of being for you that is clear, it's going to be important, because when your throat is blocked, you may not be able to speak up for yourself. Maybe all your messages get misconstrued. You won't be able to communicate clearly. Sometimes it could be harder to manifest as well because of us using words that don't necessarily align with what our manifestations or desires are. You could also experience physical ailments. So I know that your area of concern was health. I'm wondering if there was something going on with the throat space for you, like some thyroid issues, or maybe that runs in your family. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Maybe some tonsillitis, who knows? But there is something here energetically. And if it's not impacting you physically yet, I do see that it could impact you very soon. So again, it could be maybe you're sick right now, there's some inflammation there, but whatever that is, energy cleansing, doing an egg cleanse is super important. And if you're still struggling with this and you're wanting a solution, the Beyond Balance program is going to walk you through all the steps that you need to know in order to keep not only that area clear, but every single energy center of yours as well. So that's all that I have for you at this time. Thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy. I'm going to go ahead and close you out. Beautiful. That was a good healing. A lot of extractions need to be done in that one. See if there's any comments that I've been missing. Shelby, I've COVID right now. No. And I'm pregnant. No. My energy is in rough shape. Shelby, if you would like, you can definitely sign up for a personal one-on-one Reiki healing session right here on the live stream, and we can kind of clear up some of that COVID energy. I know it's really gross, and it's the last thing that you want when you're already pregnant. You're like, I already am like creating life. I don't want to deal with anything. Beautiful. Anyone have any questions for me? Let's see. Just purchased one, so excited. How do I do an egg cleansing? I have an egg cleansing video here on my TikTok. So if you go into my TikTok profile and scroll down, you'll see me in a top that looks very similar to this. It's a little bit darker blue, and it goes over how to do an egg cleanse and everything that you need to know about it. Let me go ahead and see who's next on my list. Yes, beautiful. Alexis, I have you here next. How do you sign up for a healing? Go to the top of my page, and in the link in my bio, you're going to see a button that says TikTok Live, and you can let me know what your area of concern is. What is it called that you recommended for her? I think I need the same thing. I recommended energy cleansing using, specifically for her, I was saying energy cleansing with fire and water, and an egg cleanse, like a literal egg that you crack open, but you don't crack it open until you're done with the healing. You also don't have to crack it open. The video tells you everything that you need to know about it in my TikTok channel. But if you're talking about the program that I was suggesting, it's called Beyond Balance. Okay, so Alexis, here for you. Let me see. So, areas of concern are identity, perception, security in yourself, and judgment. All of that, I can tell you right now, is the solar plexus. Every single thing that you said was the solar plexus. Some, maybe even the sacral, but we'll see when I tap in. So give me 1 second. Let me drink a little bit more water here. Beautiful. Okay, so make sure I got this right so I can see it. All right, Alexis, I'm gonna have you tap in, consent out loud in your head or even in the chat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Yeah, I definitely see that solar plexus. It's like, hello, I need some healing. Sacral a bit too, root blocked. Some things going on in the heart space as well. So definitely that lower half of your energetic being, from what I can tell at this time, those are the biggest areas of concern that are influencing the identity, self-perception, judgment, everything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and clear that all away. If you are not already, Alexis, I want you to make sure that you're sitting up tall with your spine completely aligned from root all the way up to your crown. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down so that your chest is puffed out. Breathe in deep for me. Keep breathing in through the nose and down to the belly. Alexis, I'm going to have you take your hands, rub them together. Feel that heat, feel that warmth, feel that energy. Blow into them 3 times. Place that directly on your solar plexus. Infuse yourself with your own energy. Feel the energy of fire in your belly. It will help both destroy any impurities, keeping this area in a state of imbalance for you, but also ignite you with all of the energies that you need to activate this energy flow to flow properly throughout your being. Writing a Reiki symbol here on your solar plexus. To empower you, to instill strength within you, confidence within you, assurance within you, security within you, and a symbol to allow emotional release and stability. Focusing now on your sacral. Infusing Reiki symbols here as well for emotional release. There is a blockage in your root as well, which is going to need your help, your time, your energy, and attention. Focusing on grounding that energy into the earth after the session. Skin to earth contact is going to help, because it seems that that energy, that connection between your root and the earth has gone very cold. This is how you take out the energetic trash and baggage, if you will, through the root. So you want to make sure that it's not in a state where it's blocked. This will help you feel more stable and secure within yourself, help you feel safe, help you feel grounded. And from there, once you have that nice steady foundation, it's much easier to step into who you truly are, to express your personality in a way that is genuine, authentic, and true to your spirit self. Good, Alexis, I'm going to have you take in one more deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Beautiful. All right, Alexis, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy today, for all of the things that you've mentioned as an area of concern. Know that this energy healing is going to be sent to you for the next 10 days or so, so be kind to yourself. For you specifically, definitely connect back to the element of fire and the element of earth, making sure that you're feeling solid, stable, and grounded, as well as activated, fiery, and that you have those creative energies coming throughout you where you can express yourself in a way where you feel confident with who you are, no matter what other people's perceptions of you may be. So using those two elements is super important for you at this time. If there's anything else that you need from me, you can feel free to let me know through a DM or responding to my email after the session. But that's all I have. So thank you so much for trusting me with your energy. I'm going to go ahead and close you out. Beautiful. I think we had some comments in the chat, so I want to address some of those. Let me see. I wonder how she avoids tapping into anyone else's energy while doing the lives, because I directly say the name of the person. It's through my intention, it's through that person's intention, and I connect through my higher self. So anything that I do on a spiritual level, it's not like it's me, my human version. It's that spirit version of myself who is connected to everything and everyone. And so with intention, with focus, with practice, and with experience, and with training, I'm able to go and tap into my higher self, and then it accesses their higher self. And then that's how it then gets sent to them. So don't think of it as Melody sending it to like Ben, think of it as Melody's higher self energy is connected to Ben's higher self energy, and through that process it's able to then be facilitated. So I kind of remove myself as much as I can. I am the practitioner, so there is going to be some of my essence in it. That's why when you go from one practitioner to another practitioner, it's going to feel different. That's why, again, I make sure that I'm a clear vessel. That's why I make sure that I am living a lifestyle that's positive, that's healthy, that's uplifting, that is consciously clearing myself from any negativity that could be junking up the process. But again, Reiki is going to filter out anything between me and you anyway, but I just go about using the extra process of tapping into your higher self or tapping into your spirit guides, and having your spirit guides, having your higher self really facilitate the process for you. I believe that's partially why the Reiki energy is so strong, because I'm doing it in that way instead of me just saying, okay, here, bam, I'm giving you energy like from me to you. It's like a whole entire other process than that. And so again, sheer intention and focus. When I then do the collective healings, I'm actually not tapping into individual energies there. I'm just giving it out, and anyone who's receptive to it can feel it. I can have a general understanding and knowing and feeling of how the collective like what the collective is going through. So if I am doing a live stream and I feel that everyone's very anxious, then I'll go and try to calm that down. If I'm feeling that people are very like angry or like they're frustrated because of, you know, something that happened at work and it's the majority of the collective, I can go ahead and like heal that and make it into a state where it's more in balance. But ultimately, usually all my intentions are going to be something along the lines of peace, harmony, and balance, because those cannot necessarily get misconstrued. And so anyone tapping in, even for a hot second, because this is a platform where it's kind of wild, like people tap in, tap out all the time of live streams, and sometimes people stay for the whole entire live stream. So I make sure that I'm only sending energy that can be well received by the general collective. And when I do these individual personal healing sessions, that's where I can be more nuanced, and that's where I can like say, okay, I'm sending it here, writing a symbol here, the specific thing there, and making sure that everything is like right for you and for your energy only. I mentioned this in another live stream, but let's say someone is going through underactivity in the solar plexus. If someone else is having overactivity, I don't want to like activate everyone's energy like in the solar plexus if they don't need it, causing, you know, further damage, take it lightly, but causing further imbalances in an area that they don't necessarily need it. That's why typically when I'm doing collective healings, I keep it along the same themes so that everyone who is receiving it again can receive what is beneficial to them. Plus, Reiki has its own consciousness, so even if I do set a certain intention, and I set the intention for like the throat space or something for everybody so that people can have clear communication, if someone else needs it in their leg because they just broke their leg a week ago and they're still healing from it, they're going to feel it in their leg as well, because Reiki is going to know the best place for it to go to them. That was a great question. Beautiful. Hello to everyone who has been commenting, tapping in, saying hello. If we book to see the blockages and you find more than one thing, do we have to pay for each one or no? So there's two different things that you can get from me. If you're getting a individual like Reiki mini healing session, I've already like, I'm not sure how long you've been here on the live streams or if you've seen my live streams the past week or so, but there could be multiple ones. So for Alexis, I just sent some healing to her heart space, her solar plexus, her sacral, and her root, and it was still the same price. If you're getting a one-on-one Reiki session with me, that bulk price goes for all 7 energy centers. So these mini sessions, I'm not hitting every single one of your energy centers. If the Reiki feels like it needs to go to another one and I don't mention it, then that's its own thing. But primarily, like I'll only send certain things to where I'm seeing the biggest area of concern is, dependent on what you have sent me as well. So let's say too, someone's like, I just want a general healing one, but I see something in their crown and their third eye and their throat. I'm going to be sending stuff to all of those areas, if that makes sense. But because it is mini, because there's a small time allotment that I don't tap into every single one of those energy centers. Then the second thing that I have for you is called an energy insight report. And in those energy insight reports, I don't send you Reiki healing energy, but I let you know which ones of your energy centers are blocked, overactive, or underactive. There's 2 different kinds. One is just blockages only. So anything that's blocked, I let you know what that is, plus give you some sort of game plan to heal those afterwards. And if you're getting the full energy insight report, then I'll let you know what's balanced, blocked, underactive, overactive, and then tips for every single one of those. Let's see. Where where would we know more about your one-on-one sessions? DM. I don't have my one-on-one session available like through the link in my bio or anything, so you can DM me, Ayla, and then just say, I'm interested in a one-on-one Reiki session, and I will send you the link. Typically, my Reiki sessions are available Tuesdays through Fridays from 2 p.m. CST to 7 p.m. CST, and those are 1 hour long sessions. They include, again, a healing for all 7 energy centers, plus any spiritual messages that come through from your team, and then a 3-card oracle spread afterwards. It does come with an energy insight report, so you don't have to sit there and take notes on everything that I'm telling you. It's going to be sent into an email afterwards where it's broken down into your chakra chart. And then I give you some more tips to maintain the healing energy that we did, because I'm the kind of healer that I don't like a whole one and done situation. Like, being in a healing session one time and one time only can be great for like a quick relaxation or a quick, like, oh, I'm hurting and I want a little bit of pain relief, or, it's great to jumpstart the healing process. But in order for you to actually get to your end goal, it does take you maintaining that after the session. So for instance, if someone is coming to me and they're going through a lot of issues in their relationship and it's a whole domestic situation, they can come to me for a healing session and I'll heal them and they'll feel good during the session and maybe for some time after the session. But if they're going back home to the same exact traumas, the same exact energy, and they're not changing anything about it, every single time I work on them, it's pretty much going to be the same thing. But making little tweaks and being able to help them maintain it as much as they possibly can really set them up for a trajectory where they are moving forward in a way that is much better than the lifestyle that they had without having the healing session in general. But I always send tips, I always send follow-up emails, I always send resources as much as I can, so that you guys can know what's up. Because it's the same thing as like going to a doctor's visit. Can you imagine if you went to the doctor because your knee was hurting and they told you it's this, that, and the other, and then they don't print out all those pamphlets for you and they don't send you home with like instructions or how to use the medication? Like, I am making sure that you're not only set up for the session, but you're set up for after the session too. Is there a specific age you need to be to get Reiki sessions? Typically, it's 18 plus. Underneath the age of 18, I would need parents' consent or signatures. And for the most part, I put these live streams on 18 plus only anyway. What did you feel in general in today's live? Honestly, I felt a lot of chaos energy, I'm not gonna lie. Especially the beginning of the live stream, it was straight chaos, but I think it's just that Friday energy. I think people are excited for like Friday. So it felt very masculine. If not that there was like actual like a whole bunch of men in here, it could be, but just the divine masculine energy that we all have. I felt a lot of that kind of energy. So a lot of like active energy that needed to just kind of be relaxed. Some people were combative, and I was like, okay, let's get into a space for healing. All right, if there's anyone else, you're like, 'cause I'm here, JK. No, you're good. If there's anyone else who would like a healing session, I'm only gonna take one more here on the live stream. If there's anyone else who signs up and they're not able to get on the live stream, I'm still going to be able to send you that Reiki healing session. It's just going to be after the live in general. But if there's anyone else, now is your time to shine. I'm planning on taking some time today for my Friday for me, and I won't be back on a live stream maybe till Tuesday. I'm not sure if I'm going to come back on Monday. We'll see, because I typically, in my free community, I do live streams in there. So if you're not a part of Aura House, get a part of the free community. We do some mindset perspective shifts in there, typically on Mondays, and right now I'm doing bi-weekly, so every other Monday. So this next upcoming Monday, I'm going to be on a live stream over there. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have the capacity to come on here on Monday. If I do, it'll probably be in the evening, but Tuesday would be good. Yes, Courtney, you got approved for the Venmo, or for the venue. I'm so happy for you. I knew you would get it. I'm like, there's no way. We are backed by spirit. This manifestation was gonna come through. I'm so happy for you. I knew it though. I was like, what issues? And I was like, that happens. I'm like, in business, when you have passion projects and like you're so excited for something, there is bound to be roadblocks, and it really just depends on how you navigate those roadblocks. And for you, you saw that resistance and you overcame it, and I could not be any happier for you. Someone's like, chaos stuff came from me. I'm stressed, but it was not one of the combative trolls. Off topic, what is your zodiac sign? I'm curious. I'm Taurus. My birthday's coming up in less than a month. I'm so excited. I love birthdays, especially my own, but I love birthdays. Jenny, would love one sending PayPal. Okay, Jenny, I'll wait for you. Gemini moon mixed with Mercury retrograde. I'm feeling chaotic too. Everyone's just out. I wasn't wrong. The chaotic energy is here. The Mercury retrograde is like present. By the way, and then Courtney, you can attest to this, or anyone else who's been watching my live streams for the past couple days, is that high-pitched noise gone? Because I tried to work on it, and no one the past 2 days has said anything about a high-pitched noise in my live streams or in my Reiki videos, so I'm curious to know if you guys hear it, because if some of you guys have heard it, there is no way, especially with how chaotic the live stream was today, there's no way that someone would not have spoken up about it. So let me know if I fixed it or not, because if I did, I'm amazing. If I didn't, then boo. I'm not as amazing as I think. Okay, let me see. Jennifer, I just got it in here. Where can I sign up for Aura House? So Aura House is going to be through the link in my bio. So you can go to the link in my bio and then scroll a little bit down. It says join my communities and you can join Aura House. You can also see all of the past replays or the replays of the live streams that I have done before so that you can kind of catch up and like really just align with that healing energy, whatever it is. And so it's not Reiki, but it is mindset perspective shifts. It's tangible practices to help you out in your healing journey through many different areas of life. Okay, thank you, Courtney. Don't hear only the soothing music. Yes. Someone said they hear a light buzzing sound. Are you trolling me? But is it a high-pitched noise? I can handle a very light buzzing sound, but I will not tolerate a high-pitched noise. You guys are funny. Thanks for being playful with me. Okay, sweet. Here we go. All right, Jennifer. So for you, heartbreak and stuck energy. Okay. We can definitely tap into that and see what's going on for you. Bye-bye, Alex. Someone's like, bye-bye. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Okay, Jennifer, let's go ahead and tap in and see what's going on for you. I'm going to have you consent out loud in your head or even in the chat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Okay, definitely some stuff in the heart space, which we already knew. I'm actually just going to first and foremost go right in with the Reiki symbol here, just to facilitate a gentler emotional release for you. Okay, I'm going to have you take your hands, rub them together, get them really, really warm, get that friction going. Feel that energy that you are cultivating between your fingertips, between your palms. And when you're ready, blow into them 3 times. Place them on your heart space, not one on top of the other, but both here. Left side for the feminine, right side for the masculine. Infusing all of your own healing energy back into your heart space. You might feel some pressure here. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable. That is okay. When it comes to heartbreak, I always like to instead refer to it as heart opening or heart expanding, because when you think about it, if something's breaking, it's breaking open, right? At least the heart space. If it's breaking open. And so although it can feel very tumultuous, although it can feel very heavy, although it can feel very uncomfortable, know that you are going through a process of your heart expanding, okay? And from that expansion, like it is unfolding almost like a lotus flower, you will start to see that you have an even greater capacity to love, a greater capacity to receive, a greater capacity to understand, and a greater capacity to manifest as well. So as some things are falling away from the heart space, remember that there is a light emerging within you that is allowing you to reach higher levels of energetic thrill, compassion, joy, bliss. Breathe in deep, keep breathing in through the nose, down to the belly, and from the belly, out through the mouth. Good job. The reason you may be feeling stuck as well is because whenever our heart is going through something, if we're not consciously releasing, if we're not consciously tapping into our emotional body, it can be hard for us to translate the messages that our heart is sending to us intuitively. And whenever we're not listening to our heart, whenever we're not using our heart to lead us or to help us navigate life, we will start to feel stuck. We will start to feel stagnant. Our heart space is what allows us to flow with the energy of the universe. And with flow comes ease, comes comfort, comes support, comes knowing, and comes trust. And so I'm seeing that there's a little bit of an issue here with trust, or maybe it's just a sore spot at this time. Even sometimes feelings of unworthiness, and that can be in love, but that could also just be in manifestations and success in general. And so all of that right now is pretty pent up here in the heart space and a little bit in the solar plexus as well. Because whenever we have an overwhelm of emotion, that is a lot of water energy. And if we have too much water energy and not enough fire energy, that water energy will kind of seep down, if you will, into the solar plexus, which is where we keep the fire in our body, and start to make us feel insecure or make us feel like we have low self-esteem, low confidence. And if that fire in our belly is underactive, it can be challenging for us to feel awake, feel like we're thriving, feel like we have motivation to keep going, or the willpower to really take on new endeavors or adhere to certain action steps that we know we need to take. And so everything is connected here, but I'm definitely sensing for you that heart space and the solar plexus are going through it right now. We already sent some symbols and healing energy for that heart space. So now I'm going to go ahead, tap into that solar plexus of yours. Take your hands from your heart, rub them together again, blow in 3 times, and then place them on your belly as we infuse some Reiki symbols here for empowerment, for security, for confidence, for strength. Good job, good job. Keep breathing. Let's do 3 more breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and in through the nose, out through the mouth. Beautiful. Great job, Jennifer. I would say that for you, when it comes to heartbreak, if you are really looking to heal that relationship with yourself, thus healing the relationship that you have with others, the Unblocked program is going to be your best bet. If you are not ready for such an extensive program, that's one of my premium programs that I have right now, that you get to work with me exclusively for 3 months while I send you some Reiki, while you work to overcome that resistance that you may have, the fear, the doubt, the lack, the worry when it comes to maintaining and attracting healthy and positive relationships. Then I would suggest my Beyond Balance program. Beyond Balance will help you connect back to your heart space. Either way, both programs really help with the heart. The Unblocked program being, again, a little bit more of an intense program, and then Beyond Balance being a really good starter program if you're not necessarily sure about your chakras or your energy centers. Maybe you're just kind of in the beginning stages of healing your own energy or being consistent. If you are more of an advanced spiritualist, then Unblocked is going to be the one for you. Be very, very kind to yourself for the next 10 days as this healing is still processing throughout your system and clearing some things out. Tapping into the element of water can be very helpful, as well as fire for you. So knowing how to energy cleanse with the water energy and with the fire energy is going to be ideal. That way you can kind of help facilitate the emotions that are happening and also reignite that belly and that solar plexus energy with that fire, with that warmth, so that you can kind of carry out certain actions or really just feel a little bit more alive again and inspire some joy, happiness, and bliss into your life. The solar plexus is where you have your inner child as well. So tapping into your inner child, making sure that they feel loved, they feel seen, they feel heard, is going to be an amazing time for you to kind of bond, and an opportunity for you to really instill more of that lightheartedness into your life. So thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy, and I'm going to go ahead and close you out. Yes, any other questions that people have right now? I'm going to read some questions off. Give me a second. How can you tell if someone is just doing this for the money and isn't a real Reiki master? Okay, I'll break that up into 2 different parts. First one being a bit of a, not disclaimer, I don't think is the right word, but understanding that anyone who is in the spiritual community and they are authentic and they are really doing this from a place of being heart-centered, and they really care for not only others, but also care for their business, they are going to charge money. And so I know that's not necessarily the specific intention that you have with this question. I'll get to that in the part 2, but I have to say this first and foremost because there is a misconception and a myth or a belief out there that people who are spiritually healing others, or their energy healers, a spiritual mentor, whatever it is, they help you relax, that they shouldn't be charging for their services. This takes education, this takes time, this takes their own money to be able to actually be certified in what they do and to heal you in a way that's actually going to be effective and give you the results that you're looking for. So if anyone's watching this and they're still kind of skeptical about energy healers and stuff, I kind of get it. We're going to get into that skepticism in part 2, but just understanding that people will charge what they believe that they are worth, what they know that they can bring to other people, and the value that they have, not only in the lifestyle, at least for myself, and which, we have to create a very specific lifestyle in order to even do this energy healing so it can work for you, but just knowing that, again, many of us also educate ourselves and re-educate ourselves and re-educate ourselves, and are also having mentors along our own process. So all of this that we are doing for you in the name of a lot of true and authentic energy healers, it does require us to be compensated for our work, because literally, if this is our skill, if this is our craft, if this is our trade, how else do you expect us to really make a means? And if we have to go and do something else as our primary source of income and then heal you on the other side, it can be hard to balance that sometimes. And sometimes this is the only skill that we really really know or love or feel passionate about. So you wouldn't make fun of anyone or judge anyone for making money off of their business that they work very hard into building. It's not easy. I know it can seem very easy, me coming on here on a live stream, healing the masses and like having whatever followers. It's not easy. It's never been easy. It will continue to not be easy. And I sit here and I do it, and maybe it looks easy, or other practitioners and other healers can sit and make it look easy, but I guarantee you it's not. If you run a business, you will know. And typically it's never the entrepreneurs that have that kind of comment, because they understand what it takes to build a business. And it's a lot of grunt work, and it's a lot of discipline, and it's a lot of energy, not only from the business end of it, but it's a lot of energy from what we're actually being able to provide you. So that's what I want to say first and foremost. The second part of this is how to understand if someone's legitimate or not. Simply seeing if you can find any legitimacy on their websites or on their social platforms, if they are letting you know where their organization, where their certification, where their training came from, if they're talking to you about who their mentors are or where they get trained or whatever it is. Or you can even just ask them. I have people ask me all the time, many times in a live stream even, where I got my training, where I got my certification, who I was certified by, you know, how they can further along their education, and, you know, things like that. And so I always am able to freely tell anyone without me having any sort of chip on my shoulder. If someone asks me, hey, are you actually certified? Are you actually trained in this? I mean, as long as they're being very respectful while they're asking, I'm going to be very respectful back and tell them exactly where I got my certification, where I got trained from. If someone is doing this and you're not really sure if they're legit or not, just ask them. If they give you any sort of like weird energy about it, or they're rude, or they kind of are seeming disrespectful to you, that's probably just not the energy healer for you. And that's exactly why, at least for me in my business, I allow sessions like this to happen, where it's a mini Reiki session. You can see how I work with other people. You can see how I work with a collective. You can see how I work with you individually when you're ready for that, so that we can develop a trust and we can develop a bond. And then, of course, with your results, you're going to be like, oh, that person is legit. And so seeing how, you know, they respond to other people, if they're respectful, just things like that. It's kind of the same way as like if you were to go to a specialist for like massage therapy, physical therapy, even a like dentist or a orthopedic, whatever, like you would want to make sure that you see their reviews, you would want to make sure that you see their credentials, and they should have it. Like if you go to a doctor's office, typically you'll see like their little plaque or something like that. I'm online, so it's not like I have my, you know, certification like right here, right there, whatever, but I do have it. And, you know, if anyone was like, where's your certification, send me through an email, I'll be like, okay, like sure, here's a picture, like whatever, do what you want. But that is like a way to do it. You're always going to feel what's right for you, and you can always consult your higher self and use your own discernment when dealing, or not dealing, but when you're about to hire or work with some sort of healer. But ultimately on a soul level, you're gonna know. And even if you do work with someone and you feel like they're a great healer, and then you work with them and you're like, maybe it wasn't the healer for me, that doesn't discredit their education, it doesn't discredit their certification or anything like that. It just means that that particular healer is not really for you, and you could still benefit from understanding throughout that process, like what's the difference between someone who I want to work with and what's the difference between someone who I don't want to work with. And that can give you a better way to kind of have that discernment in the future when you're choosing practitioners. So long-winded answer to that short question, but there's so much that goes into it, and I just want to make sure, at least when you're getting information from me, I'm being very thorough about it, because I don't play around with energy and I don't play around with my business or what I do here. Thank you very much. I've seen many people on here who claim to be masters but have very, very sketchy sites, and almost, and it depends. I mean, sometimes you can't necessarily judge them on their websites. I'm very blessed in the way that I've been able to create websites for a very long time. I grew up in the internet age, and so I've just been like doing a lot of stuff like digitally that makes my stuff kind of look really good and professional, which is important, and people should invest, if they don't have that skill, to make sure that their websites look the way that is official or whatever. But sometimes they may not, they could be someone who is very, very well known in the spiritual space, or they could be someone who just knows a lot and they're very well rounded with their education, but maybe website building is like not their thing. And so I can understand websites are a part of like your brand and it's a part of your business, but don't judge them solely off of that. Sometimes it's a good way to kind of say, maybe not this one, but don't judge them off of that. If you can get on a phone call with them, if you can get on a Zoom call with them, if you can email with them, that's always going to be like the best bet. Don't just kind of like see them and then be like, okay, I'm ready to like book a whole entire thing. Sometimes you'll feel completely led to do that. Absolutely. There's been times where I'm like, oh my gosh, I see this person, love them, and I want to book, but always have a little bit more of like a hesitancy, and just like really make sure that the way that they conduct themselves, the way that they're speaking to other people, and if you can communicate with them like in real life or through the phone or through email, like make sure that that correspondence is something that you're coming away from where you get to say that was a positive experience and I feel more like confident working with them now because I had this. And you'll see, depending on how they communicate with you, you'll see if they're right for you or not. See if there's any other questions that I have here. I would like a session with you, but I don't speak English, I speak Spanish. My Spanish is not great. I wish I could help you with this, but if you want to work around it, we can work around it. Like if you want to get a session, you can let me know what it is. I'll use Google Translate. We'll make it work. I'll have my mom proofread my message to you and we can communicate through text. We can communicate through email if you want. We will make it work. We're in the digital age. Translators exist. And so if you want to work with me, don't let language be a barrier by any means. You're like, Google Translate. Yeah. Rock on. We can do it that way if you want. It's a way for us to still be able to connect because energy knows no bounds. And so if there's a language barrier, I'll be pretty much able to understand what you're writing. I can read Spanish very, very well and understand it very, very well. Just don't make me speak it. I'm still working on my ability to be very fluent speaking it. But if you want to, you can always still sign up and then I'll do your Reiki healing session and only speak to you through text communication. So is energy healing good for anxiety relief and depression? Absolutely. If you go to my YouTube or if you sign up for my Reiki membership through the top of my page, you'll see a whole bunch of videos that go over anxiety and depression relief and stuff like that. But this was a very good live stream, you guys. Thank you so much for entertaining. See? I almost had it. My language, my tongue almost came back. And then, of course, at the end of the live stream, it had me fumble. Anyway, it was very, very fun to have you guys entertain me today and for me to be able to heal you. If you are looking for next steps into healing your own energy and you're really ready to have a solution to heal the blockages within yourself, heal your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies, as well as really reducing the blockages, keeping you from manifesting success in health, wealth, and relationships, then send me a DM either here or on TikTok saying balance and I will send you the link to join Beyond Balance, and that way we can work together a little bit more. It's self-paced. You can go at it whenever you feel like, but try to stay within that month-long time frame so you can get the best results and fastest results as possible. But as always, it was a pleasure connecting with you. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.